Hi you guys, it's been a while since I've uploaded a new video. Well, that's because I was moving and if you've ever moved, it's the worst. So I had to do some things. I'm still not done, but I just couldn't help myself. I had to color because I'm so stressed out. I just needed that time. So I figured I would make another coloring worksheet for you guys. So I did this from the Hanna Karlzon's Summer Night. This is the Summer Nights coloring book by Hanna Karlzon. It's awesome. If you haven't, if you don't have a copy of this book, there's just so many great. It's hard to even pick like what you want to choose to color out of this book because there's just so many great. If you remember, I did a video on her. Her name's Leah. If you want to know how to do skin and stuff like that, I did this one. So that one is going to be really helpful for you. But so anyways, this is the butterfly that comes out of this book right here. And what I wanted to do is I made you a, I'm going to show you some techniques on this video real quick, but I wanted to show you. So when you see the color worksheet, you're going to get the color worksheet here, and then you're going to get the, this is the template here that tells you what colors to use, what combinations to use in which of the areas, okay? And then you'll also get a copy of this original one so that you can like use it to refer to, okay? But what I wanted to do is I wanted to kind of show you a little bit of the technique for some of the things that are a little bit more advanced, which I think, you know, the background. A lot of people have a kind of a hard time with background. So I'm going to show you here a little bit about how to do this background. So if you look at it here, we've got some yellow in the back. It fades into green, then it fades into blue, then it fades into black. Okay, so I'm going to show you here real quick. I'm going to give you the combinations here. Let's go through it. I'm going to turn it over so I can use it as a background. So the first thing that we want to do is when we look at the let's see, the color worksheet here is chartreuse, apple green, peacock green, and neon yellow. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to start here and we're going to go into this area right in here and we're going to put in the neon yellow. So the thing to do when you're starting off is start off with the lighter colors. That's how I do it anyway. Some people do opposite, but I start with the lighter colors first. So let's go a little bit closer so we can see what's going on. All right. So I'm going to just, when you do backgrounds, just go in little circles, you know, because you don't want to, if you go like this, you're going to see direction spots. And I did it on purpose on the top of this one because I wanted to show you. See here how you could see a little bit how I came in and out, but then I went a little bit in this way, a little bit this way, a little bit this way to get that effect so that it doesn't seem like it's, you don't want like streaky lines, you want more of a fade, right? So what I'm going to do here is I go one way with the circles, then I'm going to go another way with the circles, right? And I want to just kind of come out just a little bit, you know, like so that's kind of like faded, like, so now I'm very, very light. So you see it's really light here, then it gets a little darker, then a little darker, and then darker as it comes in closer, right? So we're gradually fading these colors out. All right, then I'm only gonna do one side because it's that's kind of, the technique is the same regardless if you do the whole thing. So then after that, we're gonna take the chartreuse green and we're just gonna lightly bring that color in. So you start off light, okay, in like little circles, and then you bring it into the yellow so that it layers as light as you can when it starts hitting the other color, so that you're fading it in using the layering, right? And go in circles just like I'm doing here, and then you can have it a little bit more darker kind of towards the middle and then fade it lightly back out again. Okay, so you see, and that's how you blend it with the layers. You just lightly blend one color over the other color until you're happy with, you know, how the blending looks. So you do all the blending with your pencil. Then we're going to take an apple green And with this apple green, we're gonna start the same kind of thing. Blend it into the color that's underneath. Just blend it in. The color that's under it, right? See how easy it is. So there's nothing to be afraid of. Now I'm going to go the other way because I don't want it to look so directional. So now I'm going to go the other way with the circles, okay? Then go the other way. Then if you're starting to see some lines, go the other way again. Turn your paper and go the other way. And just keep doing that until you smooth out, you know, the directional lines. Okay? You can play around with it with the layers as it progresses, but to start off, this is how you do it. Then you can go back in with the other colors. Like I can go back in now with this chartreuse and bring that chartreuse back in here and then add some more of that a little bit to blend the two together. Do you know what I mean? Blend those two together, come back down here, turn around a little bit, go this way a little bit, go all different ways. Then I can come back down now with that neon yellow again and then use that to blend all those colors together. Pushing a little harder now because now all the fading is done. So now you can push a little harder to blend the colors in, right? So now I'm going all the way up. You can do it however you like. But you want to blend the colors in. So like I'm doing this on purpose so you could see the line here. You could kind of see it here. But the more that you play around with it, like this, the more you can blend it in, like go a little bit lighter and just kind of spend a little bit of time to get rid of that line. I guess, what's that line called? Line of demarcation. I guess that's what it's called. And you want to, so you don't have an exact line. So now you see, I'm barely touching it, but as you can see that the drastic line disappeared, right? And then you do the same down here. So you would take that, the green there, and then you would just, you know, kind of play around with it a little bit until you get that, you know, rid of the direct lines. You know, you just kind of just keep working with it, keep working with the colors. You could blend up, you could use the chartreuse and blend up into that green just to make everything blended together with the layers. That's what the layers in my extreme coloring method is all about. Okay, now we're going to take see this is a non-photo blue now, and we want to bring in some of the non-photo blue. So we're going to do the same thing. Fade the colors in to the other one, into this one here. Okay, fade it in, and just fade that color in so that the put the layers, non-photo blue, so that the layers go on top of the other layer. See how nice that blends? Looks so cool, right? Then we'll take an ultramarine blue and I'm not sure which one this is. This is a cobalt blue. I think I used ultramarine blue in my other one, but yeah, I'm going to just give you the idea. So now you take this blue. This one, it happens to be cobalt blue. I'm not sure which one is. I guess I can look, but I'm on a roll. All right, so we're going to just blend that darker one in now. Okay, and then you just put a little bit more pressure if you want a little bit, however dark you want that blue. You can put a little bit more pressure if you'd like to get that a little bit more blue. And then I just finish it off with a little bit of black to give it more of a distinct, you know, like that little night type thing. So then I push harder right around this area where it starts off, and then as you blend it in, just go lighter and then lighter and then lighter, right? And then just blend it in, right? Just nice so that it blends in nice. And then if you need to, what you do is grab that same blue that we used before, and then you could blend it in more so that it looks not so, you know what I mean? Not the line goes away of the thing. And so then you just continue this whole process with your colors by just blending in the colors that I have on that combination chart. It's available, by the way. It's on my Etsy shop, etsy.com, and then just look for Lisa Brando. I'll put the link at the bottom of this video, okay? And then you'll get the color charts for how I did every single one of these areas. But so now you got a good idea. So you would just do the same thing in every single one of these sections, and that's for the background. The rest of it, the way that I do the shading on this is all the same way. You do that same technique, whether you're using the purples, whether you're using the blues. You just fade lightly in from one color into the next color. I always start with the lightest first, and in the color chart, I put like what I start first. So if I say background, like this is like a light blue color, you put that in first, and then you put the way that I put the sequence on the color chart is the same process that you go. So if it says blue and then purple, then you do the blue and then the purple, then you'll do the darker blue and then the darker blue after that. And then it's the same with here. You know, you put the base in and then you just shade, and you use your pencil to blend and feather it nicely into the other colors. So thank you very much. Go to my the link on the bottom to the Etsy shop, and you can get this the whole you get the reference picture, the obviously, well, you won't get this one. This one you have to get from the book. This is from Hanna Karlzon's Summer Nights book. You got to get it from her book. If you already have it, that's great. If not, it's available on Amazon.com. Just type in Summer Nights by Hanna Karlzon, and here it is again, so you can see what it looks like. And by the way, this is a great book because it's a hardcover book. See, it's a hardcover book, and the quality of the paper is like so nice. It's beautiful. It feels really good to color in. I make copies of the pages just because sometimes I like to do them in different color schemes or whatever, and I don't want to mess up my book. But like this, you can see I love coloring on the paper. It's so nice. But when I print it out, I print it on an index card stock paper, which is this one here. Either I'll use a 90 pound. This one here is a 32 pound, so it's a little lighter. The 90 pound sometimes has a hard time going through the printer, but a 60 pound, even if you get a 60 pound index card, but I use a smooth stock because I don't want, if it's too rough, then you see all the white spots that are in between the tooth of the paper. If you use a really smooth one like this, then it just sort of glides. And then when I'm coloring, I put another piece of paper or even two of them underneath it to keep it so that it's nice and smooth, because you don't get any bumps or stuff from whatever's underneath, you know. This is just one of those, you know, little desk things, but even this has a texture. So, and even once in a while, if I do want a texture, I'll get a piece of cardboard and then put my paper on that, because maybe in some areas like bushes or something like that, foliage, I want a texture. So then that's kind of a little trick. If you want a texture, just whatever you color underneath, it'll pick up on the paper. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this little, I know it was a brief tutorial, but I try to keep it as simple as I can for you, because if you overcomplicate things, and it tends to get everybody more stressed out. And coloring is supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to ever be stressed out. And I know a lot of you guys have told me that you have problems picking out colors, so that's why I made this beautiful chart. Because this color palette, let's say you love these color palettes, you can, let's say, oh, I love that color combination. Well, you'll have it. Because you could, even though it's for this particular picture, maybe you like that particular color combination. Well, you can use it for a different picture. So, okay, guys, well, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. I don't know how soon it'll be because I still got all this unpacking to do, but I'll try to get them to you as much as I can, okay? So, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye for now.